Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shagun, aka David. I hope you did enjoy the last video, and I've shown you how to create a new document in Photoshop, how you can understand what the layers do, or understand when you select a tool from the toolbar, it shows more information from the properties, and those little fundamental things that you need to understand. And now we're going to build up on our previous video, and today we're learning our first tool. And guess what the tool is? Horizontal type tool. What is horizontal type tool? Horizontal type tool allows you to insert or enter text within your graphics or within your canvas. So if you whenever you see someone editing in Photoshop and you can see text written out, what they're using there is horizontal type tool. And we're going to dive deeper into this horizontal type tool and see what we can do and how we can create thumbnails with it, how we can create a text with color outline with it. Let's go straight into it. See you there. Let's click on horizontal type 2 and click in our canvas. You click on the tool that you want to use, which is horizontal type 2. I've clicked on it. Now you come to your canvas and click. Whoops. Before, when you click, all you get is just a cursor blinking. But now they've also gone extra mile to drop in a text, a template text. So it gives you a template text, and let's say we are working on horizontal type 2. Whoa, somebody say whoa. Our text is gone beyond the canvas. So what do? You can move your text. It's still too long, it's still too big. What do? We want to resize it. So if you click on text 2, remember, if you click on text 2, the property of the text always appear where? At the top of the screen. And you can see the font size is there and the size is also here. So I'm going to come here and reduce the size to 100. Enter. And voila, the size changes. I can move it back to the center. And you can see it's snapping. As you're moving it, it's snapping to whether horizontal or vertical. It's a perfect position, it snaps. So that is how to type with horizontal type 2. But what more can you do with your type 2? At least you've seen different thumbnails that I do. You've seen how I let's go on my YouTube channel, how I've used the type 2. Because sometimes it's the way you create is by shopping around, by looking around and different samples, different design, and you just think, oh, I like this font, I like this color, I like the way this text appears, and how can I do the same? And let's go to my YouTube page.com and click on my channel. Let's go to my channel straight. And if you look at my channel, you have a bunch of different font style that I've used for my design. And you can see I try to keep up with some like an outline embossed and like a drop shadow, a little bit faint drop shadow for readability. And you can see sometimes my outline is a bit transparent there, like that one. So how can you start using horizontal type 2 to do the same? Alright, let's go back to Photoshop. Alright, in Photoshop you can see we have typed text 2. How do I color my text 2? To change the color of your text 2, you can see on the right hand side you have the properties. Just when you click on the text 2, you have property at the top. But when you select, because we're in front of essential, we're in essential canvas designer Windows. So we have by default some palettes that are here by default. So all you need to do is, if you have more than one object here, you just need to select the one that has horizontal type 2. You click on it and then come here to change the color. Beautiful. Move the palette away from the row. Change the color to whatever you want just by drawing that. Change the color. Yep, that's it. And that's how to add color to type, horizontal type 2, and horizontal I typed on ring. Very funny guy. Okay, so that's how to type hard horizontal type 2. And what else can you do with your type 2? You can increase the size, decrease the size, and from here you can see the size that I changed at the top there is there 100, so you can change it back to 150. I think that's fair enough. Put it here. And what else can I do with it? If you look at the properties, and always don't forget, in my one of my videos on my YouTube where I talk about how to maximize the use of anything, and the way to maximize the use of anything is by reading the description on that thing, or looking at the icon and interpret it to whatever you think it means, and by performing the action and see what happens. And because you can always undo, you can most times undo your action. So in this case, you want to know what else can I do with the horizontal type 2, and this is the property of horizontal type 2. What else can we do here? You can see this is telling us that this is gonna increase. That's for tracing, for tracking. It would space out your character. So if I click on 75, it's spacing it out. You can see 200. Oops, because that's too much. You just want to be back to 25, or if you want to squeeze them all together. So these are the things you can do with the text. It's fun. So that is type 2. Type another thing. This is class 1. Okay, I'm going to teach us one shortcut that we're going to be using for most of the objects when it comes to sizing and resizing. On Mac, I use Command T. Command T gives you a selection undo around the object. And you can see, you can always click and drag. You can see that looks, when I drag it from the middle here, everything drags evenly. You can drag it back down, and I can come to the edge and drag. Everything drags evenly. And drag, same, you can see it's all dragging in the same proportion, both the height and the width. But if I click on Shift button and I drag from the top, because I'm holding down the Shift button, now the shape of my text, as I'm increasing it, it makes the position of the weight fixed. Whatever position I'm dragging it to, it makes it the position, the size fixed, and it just increases whatever direction I'm going when I'm dragging. And I'll do that using Ctrl Z, Command Z on Mac, and the same thing if you click on Shift on the side and I drag that. You can see very, very bad shape. Always drag and make sure your objects in the right proportion, aspect rates or frame size. So that is that. What else do I want to show you with horizontal type 2? I think if you have any question for me on using type 2, please drop it in the comment section below. But before we go, let me show you one more thing we can do with type 2 by double clicking on the layer. By double clicking on the layer here, double click, bum bum. you double click on the layer that you want, you can see you have layer style property. So the layer style property, you can set your property. You can set the information that you want here. In this case, let's say you want a stroke, an outline around your object. So you can put a stroke around it. You can see that white, and to make it more obvious, we can change the color to yellow. You can see that, and here you can increase the size. It's looking familiar now. Increase the size. You can reduce the opacity. Opacity is how visible you want it to be. You want it to be transparent. You want it to be just faint. You want it to see through kind of color. You want to give it shadow. The shadow is not obvious yet. You can change the size. The distance is far away. That's why you can see the shadow now. Apply shadow to text. Playing around with the settings gives you exactly what you can see. It looks like as if it's being docked on the wall there. These are the things you can do with horizontal type 2. Now you see why we can learn one tool a day. I hope you've learned horizontal tool today. Have a great one today. Oh yes, fantastic. I hope you've learned something great today. I hope you've understand horizontal type 2. And if you have any question based on what you've learned today, please write me comments in the comment section below. And if you're just passing by and you've watched this video and really enjoyed it, please click on the subscribe button in the section below. And also, if you have any question for me, drop the comments in the comment section below. See you on the next two.